Hello, my name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and welcome to our next educational tutorial on relative timing. As you know, VectorVest has a lot of core proprietary indicators helping you to decide when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell, and how to analyze any stock that you either have or stock that you're interested in. Now we're going to talk about relative timing. Relative timing looks at the stock's short-term price trend. In essence, it's going to give you the understanding of if the stock is in an uptrend or not. See, in order to buy a stock that's rising in price, you want to make sure that the relative timing tells you that the stock is in an uptrend. Relative timing is important because it looks at 4 different time frames to calculate what it's doing. It looks at day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter, and year over year. It puts the most emphasis on quarter over quarter. Why? What happens every quarter with a stock? It announces earnings. Earnings is the engine that moves the stock's price higher. So when we calculate relative timing or the short-term price trend of the stock, you want to make sure what's going on as far as earnings is concerned. So earnings is a major part in relative timing. Well, we know that it's cast on a scale between 0 and 2, right? All of our proprietary indicators are. Simply put, when RT is above 1, it's favorable, and the stock is in an uptrend. When it's below 1, it's unfavorable, and the stock's in a downtrend. Now, the higher above 1 it is, the faster in an uptrend it is, and the more below 1 it is, the faster in a downtrend it is. So it's a smart enough indicator to let you know the right time to make sure you're in the stock or not. So let's go back to our watch list. Again, we're sticking with the same 5 stocks that everybody knows about so that you can apply the techniques of understanding these indicators and apply it to any stock that you're looking at within the VectorVest software. Relative timing. Well, relative timing again is cast on a scale between 0 and 2, and it looks at the stock's short-term price trend. So end phase has a relative timing at 1.73. First thing you notice, it's above 1, so it's favorable. It's nicely above 1, very high at 1.73. This tells me that not only is end phase in an uptrend, it's in a good uptrend, really moving fast. The next one, advanced micro, at 1.80. Well, it's a little faster in an uptrend than end phase, but nonetheless, they are both moving up nicely. Apple. Well, it's at 1.37, so it's above 1, favorable. The stock is in an uptrend. Now, it's not moving up as fast as advanced micro or end phase, but in an uptrend nonetheless. Boeing, 0.89. So the stock, or the RT, has a 0.89 below the value of 1, and it tells me that the stock is in a downtrend. Well, that makes sense. Boeing is going through a whole lot of litigation in regards to 2 plane crashes with the 737 MAX. So, RT below the value of 1, stock's in a downtrend, it makes sense. Sprint, 0.68. Even bigger in a downtrend than Boeing is because it is even lower below the value of 1. So understanding whether a stock is in an uptrend or not helps you to make a decision whether or not you want to be in that stock or not. How about if you own a stock with a relative timing above 1? How about using RT going below 1 as a means to get out of the stock because the stock is no longer in an uptrend? Something else I want to tell you about RT. RT is our technical indicator. Relative value, which looks at the stock's long-term price appreciation potential, and relative safety, which looks at the company's consistency and predictability of financial performance, are our fundamental indicators. VectorVest is one of the only companies that I know of in this industry that when analyzing stocks takes into effect the fundamentals along with the technicals. Then we're going to get into VST in a moment. But relative timing will tell you if a stock is in an uptrend or not. Now, as we've been going through these videos, if you ever want to get better information or dive into the definitions a little more, you can always right-click on any stock, go down to View Full Stock Analysis Report. From here, you can get all of the pertinent information about every indicator we track on a stock. You can see the 3-month graph on the stock. I can clearly see that end phase is moving up. Today, though, does mean and show that it has a down day. I can look at the industry. Why? Because stocks that flock together will move in an industry. All right, and that's a good thing. Now, knowing that not only is the stock going up, but the industry is as well. Let's go down to relative timing. Relative timing analyzes a stock's price trend. ENPH has a relative timing of 1.73, which is excellent on a scale between 0 and 2. RT is computed from analysis of the direction, the magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movement day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter, and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate towards 1. So RT is a great indicator to use to help you to manage a trade and get out when RT goes below 1 because the stock is no longer in an uptrend. With that, folks, now understanding whether you see if your stock is in an uptrend or not is important, and that plays a role in overall indication of what's going on in the stock. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.